Hey guys, this is your mobility challenge, and I have in my hand an imaginary pull-up bar. This is a Joe. If you have any shoulder tightness, upper body tightness, I highly recommend getting one of these. There is a great study, the Kiawe study, there's a book on it, and their job, these are orthopedists, is to do surgery, and they had a cohort of about 100 people, and they had improvement across the board from people who were just going into PT to some who were on, on the surgery list. So just simply accumulate time hanging. And this is going to open up space, it's going to increase your grip strength. A lot of good things are going to happen. This is just this nice passive loaded stretch. So if you need to start with a leg assist, partial weight, just put your foot up on a step stool or something like that, and just get used to, just gradually get stronger. I would do this earlier in the day rather than doing this as an end of day kind of thing, just because of the demands of gripping and hanging on. Then, kind of the greatest hits. We're going to start here on the floor, and you notice that I'm stretching at the knee and here at the hip. So for all of these stretches, hold them for about 30 seconds to a minute and really work into the tightness. Now, if it's available to you, you can either put your foot up on something and then come up tall, or you can reach back and again, just kind of hang out here, breathe through the nose, exhale, drop further into it. So I'm stretching both at the hip and at the knee, working the quad there. So do one side, then do the other. Since we're on the floor, let's work the hips. So from here, again, I'm actively pushing my feet into the floor. I'm going to ease my way down. And I like to add a little bit of movement to this one. And again, roughly 30 seconds to a minute per side. Then hamstrings. I just like to knock them both out at the same time. You want to sit on your sits bones, not on your tailbone. I call that the sullen teenager position. You want to come up, make a muscle through the thighs, and then press yourself forward. I'm not going really far forward, but I'm immediately feeling a stretch here. And just breathe in, drop a little further into it. Try to keep my back straight the whole time. So we're going to really get a nice bit of stretch for the hamstrings. And then for the chest, if you have a corner, you can, again, you want to push your hands against it, against the two corners here, and then go forward. So that's a great stretch of the pecs and the upper body. If that's not available to you, a single wall is fine. Just push against it. You don't want to go boneless here or pop this out of joint. Just go here, work into it. And again, 30 seconds to a minute per side. And if that still doesn't work, then I think the Zoolander is absolutely fine. Put some weight into the hands and then gradually sink into the shoulder on this side here. And again, use that expansion of your breath. Breathe in, get used to it. Exhale, drop further into it. So, pec stretch. Since we're here, if biceps tend to run a little tight for you, then hang out like so. I point my fingers excuse me, back towards me. So rock back. Try to grip the ground a little bit. And just getting used to it. Drop a little further into it. And then I could keep going. I think one more. Some sort of side stretch is really good. You have covered a lot of ground. So here you can hold on to a door jamb and just lengthen all this out. You can play with the angle so you get different aspects of that stretch. You can work downward, work upward, and again, just like 30 seconds to a minute per side. And I lied, one more, and the calves. These guys really tend to run fairly tight on almost everyone. So we'll establish that tension, and then if you've got a wall, just push against it, and just gradually go further into it as you get more flexible. Just add some range there, and then do both sides. So that's your challenge. So stretch for about 10 minutes a day. I like to do it at night before going to bed because it's a very simple way to get the mind, everything to sort of gear down. The one exception to that would be hanging. So that's it. That's your challenge. We're going to get rid of some tension with this challenge.